majority of your attention to solve that thing, then the rest will start to move again. And then you will build another level of momentum.
Right.
Then you will get to the reward for that is you'll get stuck with another issue, another problem. So I think business trying to get to the next level is always about that. It's always about solving problems, and then you get rewarded with bigger problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so essentially the problems comes with, of course, benefit.
Welcome to this episode of Clean Your Toilet podcast. My name is Aziz. I'm the founder of Kaifia. We are focusing on oversized fashion. And for this episode, we have someone that I would like to ask a lot about money, like a lot of money. And all that. And then let him introduce himself. San, it's nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you.
And maybe you can introduce to the viewers, a bit about yourself.
I'm San. And I'm a founder of Maneuver Marketing. Currently we do e-commerce online, and I used to be doing coaching for SMEs, specifically for like business coaching, marketing, teaching SMEs how to improve their marketing and stuff like that. So we have, I think the past 7+ years, we have gone into e-commerce to build our own brand. And so now we are in the health and supplement e-commerce business.
Right. And can you consider that as your passion? That's why you want to start on whatever that you're doing and pursuing it?
I think, health supplement is something that I've been, it's a passion of mine. It's something that I've been exposed to since I was young. So when I was younger, I was a sickly kid. So very easy to fall sick and stuff like that. And so I came from a small town in Indonesia, and in that area, we generally don't trust the doctors. So we tend to kind of learn about self-medicating, and the self-medication is usually like TCM, which is something that we are quite familiar with. So we tend to rely a lot more on TCM, vitamins, supplements, stuff like that. So when I came to Singapore, then I saw that in comparison to where I came from, Singapore, a lot more like TCM medicine halls, but it was also kind of like shrinking quite quickly because of modernization, I guess. So a lot of TCM halls started to close down and all these things. But I do see that there are certain companies, certain brands are able to kind of modernize. So that was always something that is in the back of my mind while I started other things first, going into the marketing space, building a training business and all these things. Like health supplement is always something that I was interested in. Yeah.
So and you definitely feel that whatever that we went through in the past, and then it resonates to us, and that's what can also be the cause of our passion, driving us to do good in it. So it will benefit others. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think so. Where we are now is a sum of all our experiences in the past, I guess. And I think in terms of the choices or what we consider our passion is usually things that we have been kind of like exposed to before, and we get some good experiences, some good traction. Then it is something that tend to kind of shape the way we feel and think about certain things, and we consider that like our passion. So I do agree that our past have a big influence about what we are passionate about in the future. Yep.
And with that, how did you you already said that you discover, and how does it evolve throughout the years? Like, when was the time that you think that this is something that I'm gonna, make it going to be something that so successful?
Frankly, I think it's a combination of I don't think that it is. I think for me, my experience has been, I don't think that it is something that has been like super clear. This is the only thing. I think my own experience was that I was interested in a few different things. So health, and health means also kind of like being fitness and also supplement side. But other than that, I was also very passionate about marketing, building businesses. I was also very passionate about the self-development space. Previously, I was pretty exposed to the self-development area. So there have been a number of things that I was interested in. I think that to a certain extent, it is a journey of discovery and seeing how I can tap on and combine multiple of the layers of what I was interested in, and to then integrate to what I'm doing.
Right. So if like someone would ask you, is like, do you start with passion first or money first? Like that's my question that I always ask myself. Like
it's a great question. It's something that actually covered when I was doing training last time. So in my mind, what I call to understand your purpose, P, right? Purpose. It comes to three different things, or three P's. One is your passion. The other one is your proficiency, which is what you are good in. And the last one is profit, which is what people or the market is willing to pay for. So I think if we draw a Venn diagram, essentially the center of that overlapping is what I consider my purpose. And along the way, later on, I also came across this concept from the Japanese, like ikigai, I think.
Yes.
So I think it's very similar. The idea is how can you find an overlap of what you are really interested and passionate about, at the same time you are good. Because if you are passionate but you're not good in it, I think that is going to be a challenge as well.
True.
Then at the same time, to also find a way that the market or the society are willing to pay for, meaning that they value what you do. So I think that intersection is where I think we will have a more sustained way to kind of like continue to grow. Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to say to someone who's just starting out, like if they just want to burn the bridge from, like they're just not happy at the space they are at. So
right.
How would you, tell them? I common questions maybe, but I want to know, like, directly from you.
Yeah, I think I am not a big fan of like immediately taking drastic changes. I think it is something that, especially like, life altering change, I think it's useful to be more thoughtful about it. I think like what I was sharing just now, if you are, let's say, in the workforce, you are an employee and all these things, I think do take, set aside time, take time to think about, so what is my passion? You list down a few things and what am I good in, or I can see that I will become good in this, whether it is acquiring certain skill, whether it's acquiring certain kind of network, things like that. And are those things also coinciding in an area where we can see that there's a market that can be that's growing? So I think being able to kind of like list down that way is a bit more strategic, and then when you take that leap, you have a level of confidence that there's going to be a market, and I'm passionate about these things. So it's about how good I can be.
Yes.
And to that extent, then you are eliminating a lot of the vagueness or the question mark. I think when people just immediately jump without considering things like that, then when things to a certain extent don't work out, then there'll be a lot of questions. Is it like I'm not passionate enough? Is it like because I'm not good enough? Is it because like people are not willing to pay? Yeah. So, but if you kind of already did a bit of, background research, then you can, to a certain extent, narrow down and see that, okay, maybe it's just the technique, maybe it's just the strategy that I use that's not working. Right. And you can kind of continue finding the right ways.
Definitely, this is what most people need to do before they jump ship, right? Like, the passion.
That's what I feel, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. But of course, I mean, the world is vast, and there have been a lot of people with different approaches. Some people just jump and then, no matter what, they find a way. It's just my preference. I tend to think that let's try to put the odds in our favor, stack as high as possible the odds in our favor, and try to eliminate the potential failures, reasons for failing. So, yeah.
And with that, so I want to talk about the money. I'm very curious about the money part. Not say curious, like, because I'm on it. I'm on it, more of that.
Sure.
Because I can speak to someone from Singapore about 100 over millions and all that. It's because I just want to know what could be the it's not a secret sauce or secret recipe, but what could be that for someone who living in Singapore feels that if they want to achieve such. Like millions, sometimes it's not a normal thing for some people. Like for myself, like I struggle growing up thinking like, you want to talk about $1 million? So it's like, no, it's not. I used to work in the hospital. My doctors are all definitely, they make millions, right? They're like, anybody can be a millionaire. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like, and then I did do a calculation, how to be. So like, what was your relationship with money? Like, was it because you really want it? Like, that you will definitely be you're going to achieve,
Okay, so thanks for that question and framing it that way. I think that I've been where you were, where you are, or what you were thinking. I've had that. I've had those thoughts as well. I've also, like what you did, took out a calculator.
You did.
Have divided. I've 1 million. So in 1 year, if I want to make 1 million, how do I do it? What kind of things do I? So I think. At least for me, I think that helped to start to think in a different path. So at least in my perspective, I think you are on the right path to start thinking that way. Okay. I think that when we start paying attention to something, then we start to get better in it. So the fact that you are thinking about those and start thinking about that, then to a certain extent, it will improve your awareness in this area. At the same time, then the other part of that is to then, instead of feeling that, wow, it is so hard and I think that it's not possible for me, to then start focusing on, being positive and like, okay, it is definitely possible for from what we have seen in other people and all these things. How do they do it? If let's say it's a doctor, as what you were sharing just now, maybe doctor have certain, expertise or specialization. I may not have those things. Do I want to be a doctor? If not, what are the models? Maybe then it is, as an example, like content creators, they are able to leverage on different things. So it's not like medical expertise, but they may be leveraging on other kind of expertise, and maybe there is something that you can do. So I think it's to have an interest and a commitment to that subject, and then to start looking at models and saying like which model is the most relevant for me, or is something that I can kind of do. For me personally, I went through similar journey to a certain extent. I came from a place where it was about, to a certain extent, like about survival. It's about, let's see what I can do to, like make ends meet. Other than just working, when I started doing freelancing and my business and all these things, it's always also trying to find clients, right? Trying to find but along the way, I also have consumed a lot of books and training programs and all these things that help to, I guess, open up possibilities in my mind. And I started to learn that actually one way of creating wealth or making money is about what you do, to a certain extent, like tied to time. But another different way where majority of people who became successful and super wealthy and all these things is they do it without the time constraint. So essentially is, can they leverage or can they productize things? So if they are able to do that, whether it is from selling products or productizing, let's say, intellectual property, things like that, they get a certain amount of leverage. So content creators, they also leverage on, the attention of people, paying attention to their content. So once I start to learn about that, then I started to think about, what are the different ways that I can leverage? And product is definitely one of them. So it led me to learn new things about the mindset of like, money is, to a certain extent, or to a large extent, is a concept, but it is something that can be that we can get not only from the 9 to 5 framework. I think that people tend to see it one way, but there are a lot more different ways. So I try to learn and try to become better in that area.
Amazing. And
I hope that helps with your question.
no, definitely, because I feel that when we make our first million and then the next phase, if you want to make your next 10 million, then your 100 million, it takes a different type of, mindset. Yeah, and the way you see things as well. Like you are like, and is it true, like some people, when you already go to a certain level, when they goes back down, like that's where they feel that they are not good enough, they will goes back to that space again. But actually they're already still at that million that they're already making. I am sure you have met a lot of people along that way that they start to doubt themselves when they do not meet their expectation.
You meant people who have achieved a certain level and then they came back down, is it?
Yeah, the example, okay, so they've hit their first million.
Right.
And then they're trying to charge you the next 10 million, right? But probably they didn't get their 10 million, they get 3 million or 4 million.
Right.
But they're beating themselves already because they feel that they're not good enough.
Right.
Because they really want to see only the 10 million, right? Yeah. And then they struggle with it, but they are still stagnant at 4 million. And when I do see entrepreneurs, I mean, I'm one of them, like I will be crying like, oh, I just got 4.4 million for last year's day. I'm like, and I'm beating myself. And I'm like,
congrats, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But it's like, I still feel like I'm not good enough because I'm going back to the space of like, I need to be at that 10 million benchmark.
Right.
Because I'm consumed with all the operations and all the expectations that people have on me and all that, right? So that's why I'm asking that question.
I think it is, there are a number of layers to this. I think let's unpack one by one. I think first of all is definitely your relationship with money. How do you perceive money? Whether you see your, in a sense, your own worth or your own, personal value attached to a certain kind of level of money. I think that if, as much as possible, if you detach yourself from that, I think that would be healthier. At the same time, from another angle is what I've studied. So I study quite a lot about business and also people who achieve, very big success and all these things. And I do see that one of the big reasons why they achieve such big success is because they are driven, like what you said just now, in terms of a level of like insatiable drive to want to achieve the next one. So they achieve 1 million, they see themselves as, I need to get to 5 or 10. They achieve 10, they see that I need to get, to the next one, whether it's 500 or, whatever. So I think that to a certain extent, having that level of wanting to improve, wanting to grow, can be useful, but it can also have the negative side effect, meaning that if you lean too much into that, then you feel unhappy if you don't achieve it. And obviously that then have an impact in terms of your personal life, like you're always unhappy, even though you in other people's eyes, wow, you have grown so much and you have continued to progress and all these things, but you keep being unhappy yourself. Which is like, why, right? What is the reason for that? And that also kind of like linked to your own question, or to maybe you questioning yourself, like, what is the purpose of life? So I think that it is useful to have a level of hunger, a level of wanting to grow. Without that, it's very easy to get complacent. At the same time, I think it's also important to be able to kind of disengage or detach yourself from, I want to grow, let's find the best way to grow. But then it is a learning journey. And if, let's say, if I don't get it right away, if I don't get it now, it is a matter of like tweaking and finding, but then I shouldn't be, like depressed or unhappy about it. I think if we can detach ourselves a bit more in that way, then I think that would be ideal. That would be useful. At least that's from my experience. I think people, it's important to have that drive, that hunger, but I think people tend to kind of like get too attached with that. So I hope that helps with what you said just now.
No, but if you don't mind that, I want to ask, because I want to break through of whatever that I'm facing right now.
Sorry, just to jump in. Another thing that you were saying just now. So another third point is like, I think that in the context of growth, in the context of business, there are different levels or different stages of business growth. And this is something that I also, as I was growing, I also start to kind of like learn more. And the 0 to 1 stage, and then from 1 to 2 stage, the growth is going to be different. The things that you need to do is going to be different. The lessons will be different as well. So what got you from 0 to, let's say, the 1 million, 2 million range, and then from there to 10 mil, from there to maybe like 10 mil to 100 mil, you will need to learn new things and you will need to do things differently. As an example, I think that from 0 to 1 million, as an estimate, in a market that is large enough, it is pretty easy to kind of get there with almost like brute force, meaning essentially it's like, okay, I do more of the same thing. And let's say if it is, like clothing, right? I try to sell more clothes, whether it is through online or whether it is through like having more salespeople in the store and all these things. So to a certain extent, it's a bit more like brute force, with passion, energy, and all these things. At the same time, from there to get to the next level, as an estimate would be like, maybe 1 mil to 10 mil. It is you trying to do the same thing again, more likely it's not going to be enough. I think then that stage is when you need to start learning about, okay, how do I build a team so that the team can take on certain roles that at the moment I'm doing, but then because I'm so busy, I'm doing at a superficial level. But the business now need to grow faster, deeper, and so you need to have like anchor pillars in the business, whether it is like sourcing for the models, in terms of like the clothing models, sourcing for making sure the supply chain is there. And things like then you need to think about, as your team grows, who is going to be managing, like
Yes.
the
The HR and the-
HR, the
yes.
logistics of people
Yes.
coming in, and who is working, who is not working.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you need to think about distribution as well,
Yes.
whether it is like one store, or do you need to multiply to 2 stores, 3 stores,
Right.
or do you want to go to online? And going online is also another new lesson that you need to kind of like learn about, whether it's
Yes.
you need to advertise and all these things. So at a different stage, you have a lot more things that you need to think about. And you need to obviously pick which one, but essentially it is different lesson from the earlier stages.
Yeah.
So just like you were sharing, at about 4 mil, you kind of like have so many things to do. But that is exactly the lesson that you need to kind of go through to get to the next level. You need to solve and learn these lessons. Obviously, it will be useful for you to kind of prioritize. I have maybe top 5 challenges. Which are the top 5 challenges that will give me the biggest unlock, the biggest impact? And then let me focus, maybe on just the 1 and 2 that I can solve first, because solving this thing will give me the biggest impact. So let's solve that thing. Maybe give yourself, like a specific time, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year, but you dedicate your majority of your attention to solve that thing. Then the rest will start to move again. And then you will build another level of momentum.
Right.
Then you will get to the reward for that is you'll get stuck with another issue, another problem. So I think business trying to get to the next level is always about that. It's always about solving problems, and then you get rewarded with bigger problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so essentially the problems comes with, of course, benefits.
I see. So it's like, it's not going to be like this is going, you have to give me a reality check. So it's like, it's not just about hitting the sales target, right? It's about knowing that there will be bigger things that's also going to accompany it with, and how are we going to be mentally prepared, focusing on leading, and then
Yes.
focus. Now we're talking about passion, right? Like that's where your passion will be tested, and then you'll be like, oh, am I just doing this for money?
Yes.
I'm not going to give it up because it's already giving me money.
Yes.
And then you start to question, say, oh, but I'm the kind of person who is passionate about it. So do you go through that? Do you find that when you
Yes.
you conflicted with passion and money?
Yes.
You did.
I think that everyone who wants to grow to a certain level will definitely experience that. In fact, I would say that even if you are not interested to grow to a certain level, but you have been doing something for a long period of time, there will be phases where you feel doubt, where you feel more of like, am I just doing this thing for like money, or for like survival or whatever thing? So what started out as passion, along the way there will be challenges, there will be things that will kind of like test you to see like, is this something that you continue to want to do? Some people call it like burnout, some people call it a lot of other people frame it or see it in a different things. But I think that it's normal to kind of go through that. To me, it's always a signal of there's something that's missing, whether it is I need to grow the team, or whether it is something that is I need to actually pay attention on certain part of the business so that I can refocus on certain things. Because I think passion tend to be the initial driving force, but to continue to be able to do that, you need to start supplementing by putting in or building pillars, or redefining what you are passionate about. Because I think that if you are just doing the same thing after 3 years, like maybe some people even 1 year, just doing the same old thing, they will feel stagnant as well. And stagnation tend to be the killer of passion.
Right.
A level of passion, or a level of things that I think drive generally people is a sense of growth, a sense of fulfillment. And what started as a passion, if you don't grow, if you don't continue to like discover new things and all these things, will become stale as well. So that is why, like, when I start to feel, either passion, the passion is waning or feeling a bit more burnout and all these things, to me, it is a signal that, okay, something is a bit off. What do I need to pay attention to? Whether it is I need to reset my expectation of what my passion is about, or like do I need to fix certain area that is like certain gaps that is becoming more obvious now in my business and stuff like that.
So I hear the discernment that you that you were faced with, right? And so how did you develop it?
I think that
The approach.
I think that coming from I used to be a very lost person. So when I was much younger, I was very lost because I didn't have clear role models. I came from Indonesia, and to a certain extent, when I came here, so it was just me and my siblings, and our parents were not with us because they were working from Indonesia to send us here to hopefully have a better future. So definitely very grateful, very thankful to them. At the same time, coming to a foreign place, and I was a very introverted kid as well. So I was very lost, so I didn't have any kind of like role models. And for a period of time, to a certain extent, it also got me, I think there was a phase where I was kind of quite depressed. But then I started to think about pretty early on existential questions like, why am I here? Like, what do I need? Why am I put here in this world? And why am I put in, like Singapore and stuff like that? So because of those, I started to kind of learn or pursue a bit more knowledge about awareness of self-awareness of to a certain extent like spirituality. So I went through quite a phase of self-development, and I learned concepts from various philosophies as well. So I had the opportunity to study philosophies, sociology, things like that. And went also a bit deeper in terms of like self-development things. So I think that all those combination help with creating more self-awareness. And there was the concept, there was also the reason why I tend to want to learn and model after people who have been more successful and done it to a certain extent, because I think that gives me a guide in terms of if others have done it before and there is a clear pattern of not only just one person but multiple people who have done it before, then I want to study, I want to learn what are the different patterns that they have achieved, that they have done, so that they have achieved the result that they have. So trying to pursue that, I think to a certain extent also give me a level of awareness and clarity. So
Oh, so it definitely starts from, can I say it's a pain point? No, it's not a pain. Is it like every entrepreneur I know that they starts from somewhere that must be the one that drives them towards doing something that really, and they want to be really successful in it because...
I think what we do or where we are now tend to be driven by the two forces, right? Which is the pain or the pleasure, which is like trying to seek things that we want more out of our life. So Yeah, I think definitely it's a combination of that. So for me, at that time when I was going through that, because I was so lost, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. That was a pain point. So that was the motivation for me to kind of like pursue this thing. At the same time, now what I do is, I would say it's a combination. I'm trying to build something that I feel will create a positive impact in the market.
Yeah.
So that is not purely, I guess it's not purely like pain driven, but it is also trying to achieve something, trying to, I have a vision of what I want to kind of achieve in my life. And so it's trying to pursue that along the way. Yeah.
Right. So what was that? What was that vision that you saw, and you know that, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna be that superhero is gonna change the world. You know, like I don't know. I always wish that I'm Wonder Woman. So yeah, I know. What do you see the vision thing?
The vision. So I think that where I am now, the vision is also something that I've kind of like developed over time. Going back to again my understanding of what I've learned in terms of trying to put together my passion, my proficiency, what I'm good in, and what the market kind of will value. I have always been passionate about building things. I've always been passionate about then sharing and teaching. So to me, the vision is where I am now. I am trying to build a business to a certain level of success. And after that, or along the way, I would want to then create another vehicle where we are able to create, to a certain extent, like a handbook or excuse me, or manual. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's manual, but it's something that is kind of like a guide,
right,
to help. So to invest and help other brands to grow as well. So to a certain extent, I think I am where we are now in the Singapore's entrepreneurial scene. I think that we can play a part in terms of developing this space, because I think that where we are now, earlier on I was sharing, like, I think in Singapore, a lot of people tend to be a bit too contented and all these things. But to a certain extent, it is also now changing, and there are more people who are willing to try out, willing to kind of like go into a startup to test and to explore and all these things. So I think that we have an opportunity to create that impact and to help accelerate that along the way. So that would be the vision.
Nice. At least you're giving opportunities to people who, have a thought of becoming an entrepreneur, and that's just like, or don't be one because it's difficult. People always say that. The most common one, like if they want to say they want to set up a business, like, oh, don't, it's risky, it's too expensive here in Singapore and all that, right?
Yeah.
But I think this is amazing that you
hopefully, yeah. So hopefully, I mean, that's the vision. We believe that we can do it along the way, but it is still something that is in the future. So we are moving towards that. Yeah.
And is it because of that it is possible with just the right mindset, maybe just the kind of in terms of the products and all that, then that this is possible. That's why you're giving this as an part. I mean, like the opportunity to people.
I think I see it from slightly different lens. From what I have learned, so earlier on in my career, I feel that I have this idealistic perspective that anyone who is interested or who is passionate can be an entrepreneur. Along the way, I've learned that additional distinctions, additional nuances, and now I've come to realize that entrepreneurship is not for everyone. I still believe that anyone who is actually interested can be, but it is definitely not for everyone. What I mean by that is, to become a good entrepreneur, you need to go through a lot of challenges. Yeah. And to a certain extent, at least from my perspective, is building a business, being an entrepreneur. It it is like the best self-development program there is.
Yes.
Because you need to be open-minded. You need to really expose yourself to learn new things.
Yes.
You need to a certain extent, like put your ego aside. You need to gain awareness, and you need to at the same time, it is like internal work. At the same time, it is also learning about actual skills, like becoming good in AI to a certain extent, becoming good in marketing, becoming good in design, for example. So it is very challenging, and it's a tough process, and not everyone actually will be able to go through it. That being said, I think what I used to do was I was training and coaching business owners, SMEs, to improve their marketing. The way I see it now is, if I can build what I envision, then we will be able to kind of go back to training and coaching, which is still part of my passion, but do it in a different level. Do it in a bigger stage to a certain extent. So the impact can potentially be bigger. So the way I see it is an iteration of what I used to do, but to do it at a different level at the next stage. So hopefully there's the goal. Hopefully there's something that we can achieve soon.
Yeah, that's just amazing, because I feel like in entrepreneurs, like when you said that it's not for everyone, I totally agree, because initially, of course, everyone can start to have something. We can always have our own IG account, immediately sell something, right?
Yes.
But it's about the personal development, finding out, is this my ego talking, or is this when decision making, important decision makings that needs to be made, right? And
it's very true. Yeah.
So we need to say that the ego is the one that is stopping you from hitting your, for me, next 10 million. Is it because of that? Or is it because I'm too stuck in my, in our tester, it's like, 30 employees left me. I'm sure it's like nothing to you, but for me, it's like when 30 employees left me, I feel like, my world just crashed down. And then I'm like going back to that, I'm not good enough, this is not cut out for me, entrepreneurship is not for me, blah, blah, blah. But I know deep down, I believe in what I want to do, right?
Right.
So, is that the ego talking, like when I start to say that I'm not good enough?
Yeah, I think that, again, as we go through the different journeys, there will be different challenges. I think that when the challenges hits, and it is usually something that is new, something that is a bit more novel, then you start to doubt yourself. So I think whether you call it ego, whether you call it like fear, definitely there's something that is, based on what you shared, I think that is something that is kind of playing in your mind now. If you shift from, instead of focusing on why I cannot do it, why this thing is like, am I not good enough, start doubting yourself. Instead of focusing on that, if you start to shift your mind and think about, so what caused the some of the staff or the employees and all these things left? What are the gaps that I need to fix? And if you focus on that area instead and fix it, then likely that you will be able to kind of like build to the next level.
Right.
So I think, like what we were chatting a bit earlier on, I think it is a development process, self-development process. It is also about knowing, like, okay, maybe it is obviously very painful experience, uncomfortable and all these things, but how much time do I want to give myself to feel, like so negative and all these things? And we all will definitely feel this way. We are human beings. When things that is unpleasant happen, we definitely feel lousy. But knowing that, okay, I am now feeling lousy, let me give myself maybe, like a short period of time to just, okay, I just blame in my mind, I blame this, I blame that and all. But then after that, you set aside, okay, there's time for that already. Now let's start thinking about what are the things that is within my control, what are the things that I can actually do, and what are the actual reason the thing happened, the negative thing happened, whether it's a mistake or whether it is it has been ongoing, festering. I didn't pay attention to that thing, and start to then fix those things. So you were sharing just now, like maybe certain stuff, certain number of people left and all these things. There's an experience that I've gone through as well. When we were moving from training business to then shifting to what I call is phase 2 of our business, to building an e-commerce, which is a lot more scalable and all these things. We lost quite a bit of people as well. And it was obviously also a painful experience. It's something that like quite a number of those people, my team members were trained by me, and we have grown together, and they have become good in what they do and all these things. But as we move towards the second phase, and it's something that I've kind of like shared with them, and yet when we moved towards that, then quite a big chunk of them actually left. It was also painful to a certain extent. It's also something that is a bit more like demoralizing, but it is also a reflection for me, like, is it that I didn't communicate clearly enough? Is it that the way we execute the transition wasn't good enough? What are the lessons that I can get from this, and how do I use that to improve what I can do in terms of that new phase? And that helped with then growing the second phase.
Right.
Yeah.
But at that point of time, you have a circle that helped you with that kind of, I mean, of course you already have that mindset, but do you get to think that by yourself on your own, or it has to have a support by someone that got you,
Yeah. Unfortunately, at that time, I had a very small circle of people that I can speak to. So unfortunately, at that time, there were not too many people that I can speak to. Obviously, my wife has always been a source of support. But also even during that time, she wasn't as aware of, like so many people left, what are challenges and all these things, because usually I was the one who were kind of handling those things. But yeah, I think for me, it was more about returning to what I have learned along the way, the concepts and the principles. And so during that phase, it was challenging, but I was then, going back to the books and the notes that I've written, and reminding myself, what is happening, why is it happening, and what I should learn from it. Doesn't mean that, that I was like, everything is so good, I can handle these things. Definitely during that time, it was also a emotionally challenging time. So I definitely recommend that people would have a good circle, whether it is fellow entrepreneurs that they can speak to, coaches, or people who can help them to kind of like guide them. That being said, just also be careful with speaking to the right people, because sometimes people tend to kind of share their own experience that may not actually be the most relevant, and they might then kind of guide you to the wrong conclusion to a certain extent. So so at that time for me, it was more of going back to the notes and the books that I've referenced.
Amazing. And I feel every time, every different phase, there'll be shorter the timing to be set, right?
Yes.
The initial, like for me, one employee used to leave me, I would cry. Then after that, I'm like, okay, sudahlah. But it goes with the time. It's normal, right? It's not like suddenly I feel like, am I cool? Like suddenly I become this cool person, but now I understand I have no time to think about this. It's not that it's not important.
Yeah.
So that's why I start to question, like, am I a mean person? Am I really becoming someone who I'm not supposed to be or something like that? But when I think back about the passion, I mean, thanks to these sessions, right, I'm revisiting the reason why I'm starting. So I'm like, hey, I'm actually doing okay, you know. I should not be clouded by all that. It's okay, right, to think that way?
Yeah, of course. At the same time, so there is the other nuance is if things like that is happening and is happening on a regular basis, it is signaling something. So it's something that, okay, maybe I need to pay attention. Is there any gaps or any things that I need to kind of like fix? That being said, then you don't have to become too like emotionally sad and all these things, because there are things that you need to pay attention to. Your bandwidth is limited and stuff like that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you put in more time, like for me, I always feel like sometimes I slack a little bit in here and there, I feel the guilt trip, you know, and all that. But then I feel that if I'm not enjoying the the rewards occasionally, then I will not. It's like defeat the purpose of having the freedom of doing things, right?
Right.
So, but how do you resonate to that, or you feel that you have a smarter way? No, Kat, you have to work smart, not hard, or what?
I think there are layers to that. I think that working smart and working hard is not either or. It's definitely a both thing. That being said, it is a bit separate or a slightly different thing compared to your initial question, which is, do you feel guilt if you want to kind of like take time away from your work and stuff like that? I think that is more about you setting your own expectations of what the business is supposed to be. And to a certain extent, again, referencing to the models that I've seen in the world and all these things, some of the wealthiest people still work super hard. And yet some of the wealthiest people is like, they don't have to work anymore, right? So out of that extreme range, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to kind of like fall into that? Are there ways to be successful and wealthy and still want to work like super hard? Yes. Are there ways to be successful and wealthy and to a certain extent, like, you choose whether you want to work or not? Even if you don't want to work, you still continue to be wealthy. There are ways to do that as well.
Right.
So out of that, in terms of the whole range, where do you see yourself landing, and then try to set things up in that way for you? And I'm sure that there are other models, other people who have done it before. And then it's a matter of like, like the saying, right? Success leaves clues. So I think it's about finding the right model of success for you, and then finding that specific path. If that makes sense.
You're bringing me
For
to a space where, like, I want to ask the question, like, how fast can I get back up? And I'm in a space where I'm like, I know that I can, but I choose to just like, that kind, you want to put inside yourself in the shell. Not because of you think you're not good enough, but because of you feel like, oh, you know what, you have to understand, I went through pain, okay? But actually that one is like, hello, like, why are you taking so long? I'm talking to myself, right? But like, please tell me today, to me, so that I will go and achieve my 10 million.
Tell you today what?
Like, just tell me, like, what will you tell me when you speak to me, right? It's as if you're telling yourself at the point of time when you want to reach that mark, that that something was blocking you, but that you wish that at the point of time somebody would have said that to you, so that you will just just do it. Because now I'm just taking my time again. Like, I'm thinking like, it's okay, I'm comfortable, but I'm not that comfortable, but I'm comfortable, but I'm not. But I'm saying like, why? What's wrong? My product is well received by people,
Right.
It's me. So
right.
I want you to.
So do it. So yeah, I think give the permission to yourself to pursue and to pursue greatness, to pursue success. I think again, don't put yourself in a limitation that because this is challenging, because I've just gone through some challenges and all these things, then I will take my time to kind of like recover and the longer you spend in this space, the more you'll be comfortable in this space. I think it is important for you to then take the next step and say, okay, there was a challenge. I've also gone through the like licking my wounds phase. Let's see what are the lessons, what are the gaps, and start taking the steps to fix those things. And I mean, definitely you can do it.
Okay. When you already achieved the 100 million mark, right? Like, what was that? Like, what do you like? Sometimes when people go hiking, right? They always know that at the top is a very nice view, right? But we haven't been there. So I want to ask you, like, what was the view like? Like, is it like how you always envision, and that's what you're going to welcome more people? Like, no, hey guys, come on, let's join me here, or it'll be like, hey, you know what?
The view is not great.
The view is
so
not
don't
great.
come here.
Like, you gotta say
Is
that.
it?
It's something like that. It's like, hey, don't come up. But you know that it's actually good. Probably you do not want, or maybe you're just like, that not everyone can. I know some people who achieve success, but they never want to share their trait. It's not like have to share everything,
Right.
but they do not want to share because they feel that somebody might be better than them.
Right.
All that.
Yeah, I believe in like what I said just now. One part of the vision that I have is to actually try to bring more people up. So I definitely believe in to a certain extent, like empowering more people, creating positive ripples, positive impact, and I think that we are on a journey, and as we go through this journey, we try to accumulate as much of the lessons and try to document some of the key principles, and so then along the way we can kind of share it with others as well. So I definitely believe that for those people who want to do it, there's definitely a way, and we are trying to accelerate their journey later on.
I'm learning a lot from your your sharing today, and thank you for that. And so what is it that, maybe just one takeaway, like what is it that you have learned? I mean, you have gone throughout the entire journey, like that you want to share with the viewers today.
There have been so many. There have been so many lessons, so many nuggets that has kind of created impact along the way. I think that there are a few maybe at this time I can share. One is that the mindset of, if it is possible for others, it's possible for me. So that definitely opened up the possibilities, the space of like, okay, as long as I believe that if it is possible for others, possible for me, means that I'm just it's just about trying to find the right model. And in the world, we can see that there have been a lot of very, very successful people. So it's about choosing the model that I want to model after, and then like learning the lessons that they've gone through. And there are a lot of books, a lot of resources, and especially now, like social media, YouTube, and all these things. The content's endless in terms of the lessons as well. So I think that idea of if it is possible for others, possible for me, has been transformational for me. Another one is about being resourceful. I think people tend to kind of get limited with what's the resources that I have. I don't have money, I don't have time or whatever things, but all these things are limitation based, and is a thinking that is based on what I don't have, instead of thinking about how can I be resourceful to achieve something.
Right.
And that is possibility thinking. And being resourceful is a lot more important than, focusing on what do we have, what are the resources and all these things. And I think people tend to be too focused on, I don't have the money, so then I don't have the budget, so then I cannot do this thing.
The limitations are.
But there are definitely ways for you to find alternative solutions. It's about then, as long as you define the goal, then it's about let's be creative, let's find the solutions. And I think that thinking that way opens up a lot of possible solutions, and then it's a matter of taking that step and being, daring, giving yourself the permission to let's try, and if fail, it's okay. Don't be too fearful. Don't be too scared about being embarrassed and all these things. Of course, it's also about doing things legally, doing things morally, ethically, and all these things. But other than that guide, it's a lot of possibilities that we can do. So I think those are like a few of the lessons I think that would have been. I think that if I learned that, and not only learn intellectually, but I integrate it into really like my actions earlier on, I think that would have helped accelerate things. I started pretty late in terms of my awareness, my journey, and all these things as well. But I think that understanding those concepts and principles would have been useful if it was even earlier.
Amazing. Yeah. The keyword is giving myself the permission. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always waiting for someone to someone is like, can somebody approve this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But
So one last thing maybe that is useful is you create your reality. And this is something that I've learned from self-development books, programs and all these things, but I also heard it, and it has been echoed by a number of highly successful entrepreneurs, including people like Steve Jobs, and the more recent one like Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. They all essentially says that in general, the world tells you this is how things are done. This is how, the reality of the masses. But along the way, you will learn that these are for the masses, the average. And you need to be able to see that there is a different game or different level where you can create and dictate your own reality, meaning that you can kind of bend things to your will. And I think that those people who realizes that, of course, again, with the boundary of legal, ethic, moral, and all these things. But those people who realizes that you can bend things to your will are the ones who then kind of excel and to a certain extent escape the average mediocrity.
Oh, so this is what you observe and hear from most of the successful people.
What I've learned, yeah.
Amazing. And does the morning schedule routines is the same among you and others?
I don't think that there is a. I think that is that is a useful indication, but that's not the only thing. Again, from what I've observed, there are a lot of super successful people. Some of them have morning routines. Some of them
they don't.
Totally not. Yeah. So some of them wake up at 4-5 o'clock, have to read and all this. Some of them they wake up super late, but they are still very successful. I think the common denominator is not not necessarily like the morning routine kind of thing. That if that resonates with you and this is something that you can kind of like fit into, then I think that gives you a level of discipline, and the discipline can be useful. But I don't think that that is the only way, and it may not be necessary. So you might find a different model that is more suitable for you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Sen, thank you.
Thank you for having me as well.
No, thank
Hopefully
you.
that was useful conversation.
Definitely, it's an honor, and you really opened up a lot of brain cells for me to take action. Yeah, and thank you for that. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Clean Your Toilet podcast. So ignite your passion by doing your inner work today.